YouTube, what is up? You know, this is Kodiak here, other known as Yamaja, and it is a beautiful day in Colorado, and I decided I'm gonna go out and ride my bike. I'm gonna go and grab myself some, ooh, look, pavement pounders. Should I smack them on the butt? Nah, that's a little mean. I decided to ride my bike. I pulled out my phone. I'm gonna go get a little treat for the girly friend. Pulled out my phone, was like, I wonder how cold it is outside, and it said 50 degrees. I was like, yep, that's motorcycle weather. I've ridden in a lot colder than that. So, why not? I mean, shit. If the weather's nice and your bike is right, let's go ride. So I had a pretty interesting conversation just now. So I live in a, it's not really an HOA. Well, it's a housing complex, so they're quadplexes. There's 4 houses in a, actually there's 8. So it's a 2-story building, and it's split 4 ways on each level. And the lady beneath us complained a little while back and was like, they're too loud. And, you know, we got a letter, we got a nastygram that was like, oh yeah, these people are too loud, please keep your music down, blah, 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 blah. And that whole thing was set off. She came and bitched at us at 7. Well, quiet time is 10, and our music was probably a little loud, but it wasn't that bad. She bitched at us at 7, and we said, you know, it'll be quiet when it's supposed to be quiet, at 10. And, you know, that was the end of the conversation, and then she decided she wanted to complain to HOA. So, that was that. And, you know, we turned the music down. I had a cute little subwoofer that sat right there on what I imagine is the wall that separates their bedroom beneath us. So I moved that and turned the bass off and whatnot, and I just had a conversation with the lady that borders our wall on our level. And she's a really nice lady. She's a redhead. And she said that she can never hear us. She, like, can never hear us. So what the hell? Like, really, if noise is that big of an issue and you're having that big of a problem, you should get a contractor in and fix it your own damn self. Get some sound canceling walls or something. Like, seriously. Like, yeah, you know, I get it that the walls are paper thin, but you knew that when you bought the apartment. And they own it and we're renting it, so that could be part of their issue. But, you know, I was talking to our landlord, and he said that it was always them that would complain. I mean, they'd complain about the dryer being ran after 10, about the washer being ran after 10, about people playing games after 10. Like, and it's funny because it's only like electronical sounds that piss them off. It's never like, hey, you walk loud. Because I do, you know? Sometimes I run up those stairs, and guess what? My feet are not the lightest. Ooh, more pavement pounders. Should I smack them on the butt? Be like, woohoo! No. That's a little fun. Yeah, so that's awesome. And apparently vehicles are now getting towed in our area that don't have the hang tags. So, and we actually haven't even received the new hang tags. So, that's great. But what can I say? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to drive through CSU and be like, hey, guess what, CSU? I'm here. I'm square. You think you could see some good-looking people out today with it being as nice as it is, but who knows? Who knows? Sometimes people like to be covered up. I can't blame them, but I don't know. Eye candy's eye candy. Ooh, top off. Top off on the Jeep. Oh, that's a cool paint job. I don't know if you guys can see that because it was on the other side of my helmet, but he had a really, really cool paint job on his bike. It's funny because here in Fort Collins, it seems like, nice chopper. Fort Collins, it seems like you have a feud between the sports bikes, and I guess I qualify under sports bikes, and the Harley riders. And I've heard that that's the case a lot of places, but the other day we went on a ride and we got a guy on a Harley. It was like a bobber almost, and he just kind of like came with us. He wasn't planning on riding, you know, the mountain roads like we were gonna, but he ended up coming with us, and we stopped at a park and bullshit. It was really cool. And he had a sick bike. He had a sick bike. But I'm a true bike enthusiast. Like, I like all bikes. I don't care if your bike is, you know, an 87 freaking, you know, Honda Hurricane. Wow, that was terrible. That was awful. Apologize for my shitty start. But I don't care if you have an 87 Honda Hurricane. You know, a bike's a bike. And if you're proud of it, then it's a badass bike, even if you're not proud of it. Moped! Going hard. You like jumped that. That was terrifying. It's funny because I know a lot of mopedists. Mopedee. I know a lot of mopedists that go so much harder than all of the motorcyclists. It'll be like snowing sideways in Colorado, and you'll see some poor mopeder like chilling. He didn't even see me. Just cruising in the bike lane. Like, oh yeah, oh, I ride a moped. I'm cool. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't take my bike out 2 days after this snowstorm. Not to mention inside this snowstorm. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Jaywalker. You're a blonde jaywalker. I said jaywalker, not daywalker. Gosh. There's a difference. Jaywalkers cross the street. Daywalkers walk out in the day when they shouldn't. But, well, I gotta love Laurel Street. This street decides it wants to be a turn lane, except the turn lane, it says that you have to turn, but you don't, because look up there. So this is a turn-only lane, right? And now it's a regular lane. Like, it still continues. I don't know, it's weird. But, yeah. So that's my fun for the day. I woke up, saw my girlfriend off to work, and she left, and I got up, and I did a little bit of biology, and then did some more biology, and then picked up the apartment, and now she'll be here in like 45 minutes. I'm gonna go down and grab a treat for lunch when she comes to take her half-hour lunch, and then I'm gonna go ride my bicycle, and then I have a special evening treat for her planned out. And by planned, I mean I've thought about doing it, and I'm gonna do it. Not, you know, I have reservations at the Coup de Grace. No, not gonna happen. Yeah. Man, it's really funny to look at people's walks. Like, some people, like, swagger. Like them. Like, they're like, oh yeah, we're athletes. We stand up straight. Oh, fat tire bikes, look at that. I hope you guys could see that. The fat tire bikes, and if you didn't, look them up, they're hilarious. They have like 5-inch tires. Like, that's how big the diameter of the tire itself is. It is the most funny thing ever. Like, originally they're made for snow, so you can like stay up on top of the snow, I think. I have some people on my race team. Fart can. Some people on my race team that ride them, and actually one that, I think it was nationals, maybe it was state. He won a nationals on 4 fat tire bikes. But man, they are just funny looking. Never have suspension, because, you know, a 5-inch tire is suspension enough. Nice bike. I don't know how I feel about those ape hangers, but I have little arms. Little arms. Oh, that guy's talking to himself. Maybe he has a wife in his passenger seat. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but I had a pretty cool moment the other day. One of my buddies asked me when I was doing my next moto vlog, and I was like, hey, look, someone watches, someone likes it. So, sound off in the comments below if you guys like this, what I should do different, if I, you know, have anything else. I know his complaint was I wasn't, and this is paraphrasing. I wasn't illegal enough. Because I ride a sports bike, I should, you know, be illegal. But I don't like to get tickets. Personally, I've talked to a cop a couple times, and I've only gotten one ticket ever. And it was, I deserved it. I was doing 95 in ironically, a 95 Saturn SL1, and it was bad. The cop caught me, and I was like, it was in Wyoming, so it didn't count. So whenever you look at my record, it doesn't pop up. But I got pulled over for allegedly impersonating a cop. And what was the other time I got pulled over for? Oh, my buddy got pulled over for swerving in the lane, which is actually illegal to pull you over for swerving in the lane, but it doesn't matter. We didn't get a ticket, just a warning. But cops in Fort Collins, for the most part, are pretty nice. It's when you get in the smaller towns like Milliken, Johnstown, Loveland. Loveland cops are kind of dicks too. But that's just my experience with them. I mean, you know, for every one bad cop I've met 2 or 3 good ones, so there's good cops out there. But the whole, you know, fuck the police thing. Like, what do you mean, fuck the police? These guys are actually out here to enforce laws. Anyone who says fuck the police, all they like to do is break the law. I don't like to break the law. Well, that's sometimes a lie. I like to break the law. I don't break the law. Snorkel. That Jeep over there had a snorkel on it. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna go swimming in my Jeep. I'm gonna go bury it underwater and hope that all my electrical works afterwards. That's what I don't get about snorkels like that. It's like, I don't know. I don't like putting my vehicles underwater. Heck, I have a hard enough time putting my vehicles under snow. Just that's freaking sketchy. But now we're here in Old Town, Colorado, Fort Collins, and people doing the scoot. Like, oh, it's green. They just decide they don't want to go forward, I guess? I don't know. You know, everywhere else I'm sure green means go, but in Colorado, green means, whoa, bro, it's green, we better go. Anyone, well, it's national news now, so why not? So Colorado has legalized marijuana! Woo! That was the joke, if no one got it. Yeah. Pretty entertaining, though. Got a Subaru Forester right here. All-wheel drive. I had a friend in high school who she wasn't a lesbian, but she was, I think she could get heteroflexible quite a bit. She drove a Subaru. It was really funny because we called him Lesbaroos. Just for her, and only when she was around, because she'd just laugh at it and be like, hee hee, yeah, hee hee. But she was quite the giggler. Whoa, bro. Tattoos and baby blue pants? That's something else. Hey man, I got all my tattoos, I'm a badass, but I'm walking around in my baby blue pants. Oh, this guy's cool. Oh, it's a Titan. It's a Nissan. Sounds like he's got MagnaFlows under there or something. That's trippy. So, here's the place for the treat. Yep, I'm gonna walk in after riding a sports bike into the Buttercream Cupcakery. I don't even care. Wow, that's sexy. Good looking bike though. I like it. Looks good, looks good. Well, y'all, till next time. Till I get back on my bike.